In our series on testing the spirits, we now arrive at the test that is the most personal, the most practical, and perhaps the most revealing of all. It is the test Jesus himself gave us in the Sermon on the Mount. In Matthew chapter 7, he warns, "Watch out for false prophets. By their fruit you will recognize them." He did not say by their gifts or by their charisma or by their success. He said by their fruit. What is this fruit? Fruit is the consistent, observable character that grows out of a person's life. It is the overflow of their heart. The Bible makes a crucial distinction here. A person can have a spectacular spiritual gift and still have a rotten spiritual character. The two are not the same. The most shocking biblical example of this is the prophet Balaam. He was not a fraud. When the evil king Balak hired him to curse Israel, God genuinely spoke to Balaam. The prophecies Balaam gives in the book of Numbers are some of the most beautiful and accurate in all of Scripture. He had the gift. But what was in his heart? The New Testament tells us he was motivated by greed, the wages of unrighteousness, and his ultimate fruit was devastating. He taught the enemies of Israel how to lead them into sexual immorality and idolatry. His corrupt character eventually betrayed his divine gift. Balaam's story is a terrifying warning that a powerful gift is not a reliable test. The fruit is. So, if we are not to be dazzled by gifts, how do we practically inspect the fruit? We can use a simple checklist of 3 C's to examine any leader's character. First, consistency. Do they practice what they preach? Or do they hold their followers to a standard of holiness or sacrifice that they themselves do not live by? A true servant of God lives under the same conviction they preach. There is integrity between their public message and their private life. Second, communication. What is the consistent tone of their words, especially in their private letters or unguarded moments? Does it reflect the fruit of the Spirit from Galatians 5, love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, or is it consistently harsh, critical, sharp, and judgmental? A heart filled with God's Spirit will produce words that build up even when offering correction. Third, and perhaps the greatest test, criticism. How do they respond when they are challenged or corrected? Do they respond with humble self-examination like King David when confronted by the prophet Nathan? Or do they respond with defensive anger, self-justification, and attacks on the questioner's character? A true servant of God is teachable and gracious. A heart that cannot be corrected has likely become its own idol. Now, this is not a call to demand sinless perfection from our leaders. Everyone is flawed. Peter denied Jesus. David committed adultery. But what we must look for is the trajectory of a life. Is this person, over time, becoming more humble, more gracious, more loving, more like Jesus? Or are they becoming more entrenched in their own authority, more defensive, and more isolated? A healthy tree produces progressively better fruit over time. If chosen by God, should there be some change? Yes, there should be. The evidence of a true relationship with God is a life that is being actively transformed into the image of Christ. Let us have the wisdom to look past the impressive gifts and the courage to honestly inspect the fruit. May we be a people who are known not just for our gifts, but for the beautiful Christ-like fruit in our lives.